The fast pace of New York, living in a city where things can change at any moment, keeps you on your toes. People don't know each other, but somehow they touch each other's lives. Sarah was an ordinary resident of this city. She lived to go to work, shop, and deal with the challenges that life brought. However, one morning everything would change. One morning, Sarah left her house to go to the park for her morning run. The air was cool, but as the sun hit her face, she noticed something was different. A limousine stopped right in front of her. The man who got out of it looked into her eyes for a moment, and Sarah realized who this man was. Trump. Yes, Donald Trump. She took a step back in surprise, but Trump approached her and smiled. "Hello, Sarah," Trump said. The woman asked how he knew her name in surprise. Trump replied with a smile, "It's so nice to meet you. Sometimes I can touch someone's life in the city without them realizing it." Sarah's mind was working quickly. It seemed impossible for an ordinary city dweller to encounter such a great man. However, Trump smiled at her and continued talking. "Is there a problem?" "Do you need help?" he said. Sarah was surprised by Trump's instructions, but she felt something. There was a strong feeling inside her. Maybe she had caught the chance. Sarah had experienced a great personal loss 2 years ago. Her marriage had ended, she had a hard time at work, and she was struggling alone every day. She didn't know what to do. But now, a world-famous businessman was standing in front of her. "Actually," Sarah began, "I'm going through a bit of a hard time. Maybe I want to get my life in order somehow, but I don't know how to start." Trump took a deep breath as he looked at the woman's face carefully. "Sometimes life doesn't allow you to move at your own pace," he said. "But even in the hardest times, you can find a way out. Now I'll give you something. Maybe it will take you to a better place." As Sarah looked at him in surprise, Trump took a card out of his pocket and handed it to her. "Don't lose this," he said. "You are one of the few people I have given this to. This is not just a card, it is an opportunity. If you need it, you can always reach me." Sarah took the card. It had only a phone number on it. Trump had given her his number. The woman watched the card in her hand with her eyes, astonished. Trump noticed the uncertainty in her eyes and encouraged her. "Don't think of this card as just a phone number. This is an opportunity offered to you by someone who wants to see the potential in you." As the days passed, Sarah had pulled out that number from her pocket several times, but she had been reluctant to call. Every day she was involved in the chaos of the city, lost in solitude and struggling only with her own problems. But one day, something inside her urged her to take action. She picked up the phone, dialed Trump's number, took a deep breath, and began to speak. "Hello, this is Sarah. Do you remember me?" Trump was silent on the other end of the phone for a moment, then smiled. "Of course I remember. When I heard about your problem, I thought I could help you. Why did you call?" Sarah explained her experiences and her inner indecision. After listening to the woman's words carefully, Trump took a deep breath and spoke. "Sometimes a person is as strong as their belief in themselves. Maybe you need to take a step to find the power within you. If everything is going to challenge you, then don't stand still even in the most difficult moments. Move, change something." Trump encouraged Sarah on the phone. From that day on, Sarah decided to rebuild her life. Slowly but steadily, she began to step away from her job, her social circle, and her personal life and step into a bigger life. A year later, Sarah's life had changed so much that she remembered the morning she met Trump as the beginning of everything. She had now established her own business and became a self-confident woman. That phone conversation with Trump reminded her how valuable her life was and that she could always find herself. Sarah contacted Trump again that day to thank him. Trump said, "I can always want to help you. But remember, your success depended only on discovering the power within you." And from that day on, Sarah's life changed completely. She became a brave woman who rediscovered herself. Because sometimes a phone call can be the beginning of everything.